How many are frightened of evangelism?
Koliko izmed vas se boji evangelizacije?
Does it make you afraid?
Da
Doug
se
said it made
bojite?
him afraid.
Doug pravi, da se boji.
Yeah, well, we'll talk about that a little bit.
Malo bomo govorili o tem.
Last week I did a lot of evangelism.
Prejšnji teden sem veliko evangeliziral.
I got in from the United States into Milan,
Prišel sem iz Združenih držav v Milano
and I shared the gospel with 3 people
in
on the
sem tam
train
podelil evangelij s 3 ljudmi nad vlaku.
before we got to Parma, 1 hour and 15
Preden smo
minutes.
prišli v Parmo, ki je 1 uro pa 15 minut.
Now I have a trick.
In jaz imam en trik.
I draw portraits.
Jaz vedno rišem portrete ljudi.
So I sat down across from
In
this
sem se
guy
usedel nasproti tega človeka,
who was about 3 seats away.
ki je bil nekako 3 sedeže oddaljen
By the way, he was an incredibly handsome young man.
in je bil neverjetno prijeten možakar.
He looked like David, sculpture, you know.
Izgleda je kot David, kot skulptura Davida.
So I began to draw his picture
In
with
sem ga
charcoal.
začel slikati.
And Italians are different than Norwegians.
Seveda Italijani so drugačni kot Norvežani.
When you draw something in Italy, everybody wants to see what you're doing.
Ko narediš nekaj v Italiji, želijo to vsi videti.
When you draw something in
Ko
Norway,
pa na Norveški nekaj narišeš,
everybody wants to see it, but their culture won't allow them to look at it.
vsi želijo videti, ampak njihova kultura jim ne dovoli, da bi videli.
So everybody's standing around me
In
and
tako so v Italiji vsi
drawing.
gledali, naokrog so stali, gledali, kako rišem.
And the guy across from me
In ta človek, ki je bil nasproti mene,
is about, we would say, 2 meters
je bil
tall.
vsaj 2 metra ali pa še višji je bil.
Granda.
Zelo velik.
Oh, sorry, I'm speaking Italian. Big body
Veliko telo je imel
and dark complexion.
in zelo temne polti.
And he said in broken English,
In on je v polomljeni angleščini rekel,
"Where are you from?"
odkot si?
I said, "Canada."
In sem rekel, iz Kanade.
That's really a lie because I live in the United States.
Je pa to laž, zato ker pravzaprav živim v Združenih državah.
But it's more friendly than saying you're an American.
Ampak je bolj prijateljsko.
The guy says, "Do you know where Winnipeg is?"
In je vprašal, a veš, kje je Winnipeg?
It turned out that he was a volleyball player from Cuba.
In izkazalo se je, da je on pravzaprav odbojkarski igralec iz Kube.
He had played in the Pan Am Games in Winnipeg.
In je igral v Panami.
And then he had stayed in Canada.
In je tudi bil v Kanadi.
Didn't go back to Cuba.
Ni šel nazaj na Kubo.
Then he left Canada, came to Italy.
In potem iz Kanade je šel v Italijo.
Met an Italian girl, got married.
Srečal Italijanko, se poročil.
So he wanted me to draw a picture of his little baby boy.
In sedaj je hotel, da narišem sliko od njegovega majhnega fanta.
That's hard to do on a train.
Ampak to je težko na vlaku.
He asked me what I did. Was I an artist?
In me je vprašal, če sem umetnik po poklicu.
I said, yes, I'm an artist.
In se rekel, ja, sem
But I
umetnik.
also am here to tell people about Jesus.
Sem pa tu tudi zato, da povem ljudem o Jezusu.
Now, I don't necessarily believe that handing out literature is a good thing for evangelism.
Jaz pravzaprav ne verjamem, da je dajanje literature dober način evangelizacije.
If you just go out and hand out literature, you
Če
won't be very
greste
effective.
samo ven in dajete literaturo, ne boste uspešni.
But if you meet someone personally,
Če pa nekoga osebno srečate
and they like you, you like them,
so vam všeč, vi ste njim všeč,
you're able to share a little bit with them.
potem lahko malo več poveste temu človeku.
And then you give a piece of literature that's personal or custom designed,
In potem date eno literaturo, ki je lepo oblikovana,
then it will be much more effective.
in to bo veliko bolj učinkovito.
So I don't think literature works
Vendar ne mislim, da literatura deluje.
unless it's very, very clever
Razen, če je zelo lepa
and it is designed to meet the
in je
people that
tako
you're speaking to.
oblikovana, dizajnirana, da potegne ljudi, pritegne ljudi.
Did any of you get a copy of this?
A je kdo že dobil kopijo tega?
No? Okay. I have written about 10 different pieces of literature
Jaz sem napisal recimo enih 10 različnih traktatov,
that I give out to people,
ki jih dajem ljudem.
but they are answering the questions that people are really asking.
In ti traktati odgovarjajo na vprašanja, ki jih ljudje vedno sprašujejo.
How many have ever heard of a thing called the plan of salvation?
Koliko izmed vas je že slišalo za ta izraz načrt odrešenja?
The plan of salvation.
Načrt odrešenja, je kdo že slišal za to?
How many have ever heard of the Roman way or the Roman road?
Kdo je že slišal za rimsko pot?
There are 5 verses in Romans
V pismu Rimljanom obstaja 5 vrstic,
that you can take and walk people through what the
katere
gospel
lahko vzamete in popeljete ljudi skozi evangelij.
How many have ever heard of evangelism explosion?
Koliko izmed vas je že slišalo za eksplozijo evangelizacije?
No? There are 2 trick questions.
In tu sta dve trik vprašanji.
One of the questions is,
In eno vprašanje je,
if you were to die tonight,
če boš nocoj umrla,
would you know that you're going to heaven?
ali bi vedela, da greš v nebesa? Ali bi vedeli, da greste v nebesa, recimo, postavimo ljudi?
What will most people say?
Kaj bi
to that
večina
question?
ljudi rekla?
Maybe?
Mogoče,
I don't know.
ne vem,
I don't even believe there is a heaven.
niti ne verujem, da so nebesa.
Huh? Very few would say,
Zelo malo izmed njih bi reklo,
I'm sure I'm going to heaven. in this
prepričan
life."
sem, da grem v nebesa.
The next question, when they
Naslednje
say,
vprašanje pa je,
yes, I'm going to heaven.
ali pa odgovor pravi, ja, grem v nebesa.
The next question is, if you were to stand before
In
God,
potem naslednje vprašanje, če bi stal pred Bogom,
what would you give as your reason for being allowed into heaven?
kakšne razloge bi podal Bogu, da ti je dovoljeno, da imaš pravico vstopiti v nebesa?
At which they will give one of 6 answers.
In oni bi dali enega izmed teh 6 odgovorov.
I go to church,
Zato, ker hodim v cerkev,
I'm a Roman Catholic,
zato, ker sem rimokatolik,
or a Russian Orthodox,
ali pa ruski pravoslavni,
or a Mormon or a
ali pa
Muslim.
mormon, ali pa musliman,
I've been baptized.
zato, ker sem bil krščen,
I try not to hurt anybody.
zato, ker nikomu nisem hotel hudega.
I love this. I try to keep the 10 commandments.
Se pravi, poskušal sem izpolniti 10 zapovedi.
They're just answers like that all the time.
In non-stop tako odgovarjajo.
These questions are set up to make a person fail to get the answer right.
In ta vprašanja so postavljena tako, da oseba neuspešno odgovori na ta vprašanja.
So when they get the answer wrong, you go,
In potem, ko oni napačno odgovorijo, poveste napačno.
Now, in America,
V Ameriki
for years we have done it that way.
smo leta delali tako.
How many have ever seen a little brochure called The 4 Spiritual Laws?
Kdo je že slišal za majhne brošure, ki se imenuje 4 duhovni zakoni?
The Campus Crusade used them all the time.
Campus Crusade veliko uporablja to.
It says God loves you
In ta pravi, Bog te ljubi
and has a wonderful plan for
in
your
ima
life.
čudoviti načrt za tvoje življenje.
Well, I know God loves you,
Jaz vem, da vas Bog ljubi.
but I'm not always sure He has a wonderful plan for your life.
Nisem pa prepričan, da ima vedno čudovit načrt.
When people become Christians, their lives always aren't better.
Zato, ker ko ljudje postanejo kristjani, naše življenja niso vedno boljše, kot so bila prej.
Frankly, sometimes they're just more
Včasih
difficult,
so še hujše.
right?
A je res?
But still,
Ampak
these are good tools to have at
še
the back
vedno
of
so
your
to
head,
dobre
in your mind.
pripomočki, ki jih imate v ozadju svoje glave, misli.
Now, I don't take out my Bible when I see someone.
Jaz ne vzamem Biblijo, ko nekoga vidim.
Some people carry great big black Bibles.
Veste, nekateri imajo te velike, ogromne Biblije sabo
And I
nosijo.
don't take it out so I go,
In jaz ne vzamem Biblijo in pravim, vidiš tukaj to pravi.
I have hidden those words inside of me
Jaz sem te besede skril v meni,
so that I can use them as I need them.
tako da jih lahko uporabljam, ko jih potrebujem.
Have any of you ever met with a Mormon
A ste že kdaj govorili z mormonom
or Jehovah's
ali
Witness?
pa z Jehovinem pričanjem?
This is Adam and Eve.
To sta Adam in Eva.
This is the serpent.
To je kača.
The serpent speaks to Adam and Eve.
Kača govori Adamu in Evi.
Evangelism in the past
Evangelizacija v preteklosti
could be done in a rather routine and step-by-step way.
bi lahko bila narejena v eni rutini, je bila narejena v rutini in korak za korakom.
But I want to give you a new name for this course.
Ampak sedaj vam želim dati novo ime za ta seminar.
It's not about evangelism.
Ne gre se za evangelizacijo.
And I want you to write it down.
In želim, da si to zapišete.
At the top of your syllabus,
Na tem gornjem kotu tega učnega načrta
it is this: communicating Christian thought.
komunicirati krščansko misel.
Communicating Christian thought
komunicirati krščansko misel
in a post-Christian,
v postkrščanskem,
postmodern
postmodernem
world.
svetu.
Communicating Christian thought in a
Komunicirati
post-Christian,
krščansko misel v postkrščanskem,
postmodern world.
postmodernem svetu.
Do you think it's more difficult to share the gospel here in Ljubljana
A mislite, da je težje podeliti evangelij tukaj v Ljubljani
than in a small town in Texas in the United
ali
States?
v majhnem mestu v Teksasu v Ameriki?
In Texas, there are churches everywhere.
V Teksasu so cerkve vse posod.
Evangelical television everywhere.
Evangelijske televizijski programi vse posod.
Radio,
Radiji,
bumper stickers,
nalepke
stickers on the car.
na
T-shirts.
avtomobilih, majice.
It's very hard to escape
Zelo težko
evangelism.
je pobegniti evangelizaciji.
If I say John 3:16
In ja,
in
če jaz
Texas,
povem in omenim v Teksasu Janez 3:16,
almost everybody knows what I mean.
skoraj vsi vedo, kaj govorim.
They've all gone to church.
Vsi so šli v cerkev,
Most of them have a Christian grandparent or
večina
uncle or
izmed
aunt.
njih ima stare starše, ki so kristjani ali pa starše.
And the minute you say John 3:16,
In v minuti, ko poveste Janez 3:16,
they are impacted.
na njih že vpliva,
They are what we say convicted
na njih, bi lahko rekli, jih prepričuje,
by the authority of the Bible.
Sorry,
By the authority of the Bible.
avtoriteta Biblije.
But you live in a culture
Vi pa živite v kulturi,
where the Bible does not have that kind of authority.
kjer Biblija nima takšne avtoritete.
People do not have that kind of Christian memory.
In ljudje nimajo to vrstnega krščanskega spomina.
What are people in your culture influenced by?
Na kaj pa vpliva v vaši kulturi na ljudi?
What are the philosophies
Mislim,
of
kaj
this
vpliva
culture?
na ljudi v vaši kulturi? Kakšne filozofije?
Let me help you.
Naj vam
Ej.
pomagam.
New Age.
New Age.
Nova doba, New Age.
What is New Age?
Kaj pa je New Age?
What is it really?
Kaj je to v resnici?
Everything is good.
Everything's all right. New Age is really Hinduism
New Age je pravzaprav hinduizem,
dressed up with contemporary language.
oblečen v sodoben jezik.
You can design your own God.
Lahko si oblikujete svojega lastnega Boga.
We call this relativism.
In to imenujemo relativizem.
There is no one truth for everybody.
Ni ene resnice za vse,
You have your
ampak
truth,
ti imaš svojo resnico,
you have your
ti imaš
truth,
tvojo resnico
and you rotate in your own universe,
in vidva oba rotirate v svojem lastnem vesolju
and there's no truth for everyone in this room.
in
in the
ni
universe.
nobene resnice, ki bi bila za vse tukaj v tej sobi enaka.
Does Christianity believe that?
Ali krščanstvo to veruje?
Do we believe there is what we call, now write this word down, a
In sedaj se zapiše.
meta-narrative? Meta-narrative.
In sedaj se pišete meta-narativa ali meta-zgodbe, bi lahko rekli.
Meta-narrative means
Meta-narativa pomeni,
that there is one story
da obstaja ena zgodba,
that is for everyone,
ki je za vsakogar.
everywhere,
Vse posod
at all times.
in v vseh časih.
Now, people don't believe that.
Ljudje tega ne verujejo.
Has Darwinism,
In darwinizem po Darwinu,
has it impacted this culture?
a je darwinizem vplival na to kulturo?
Yes.
Has materialism, because of Darwinism,
Ali je materializem zaradi darwinizma
and naturalism
in tudi naturalizem
impacted this culture?
vplival na to kulturo?
For instance, you have a body,
Recimo, ti imaš telo,
but your body is only a machine.
ampak tvoje telo je le stroj.
There is no accountability for this machine.
In za ta stroj ni nobene odgovornosti, da daje račun.
When you die,
In ko umreš,
only one of three things can happen.
se lahko samo zgodijo ena izmed treh stvari.
With Darwinism, you go into the ground
V darwinizmu verujejo, da greš v
and you're dissolved,
zemljo
eaten by the worms.
in te pojejo črvi.
With Hinduism,
V hinduizmu verujejo,
you go into the ground,
da si položen v grob,
but there is a release of energy
ampak je izpuščena tista energija,
that finds its way into the cosmos,
ki najde pot v kozmos,
which is a good idea,
kar je sicer dobra ideja,
and you come back as a rabbit
in da prideš nazaj kot zajec
or a chicken,
ali pa kot piščanec,
Or a cricket, a mole, or a fly.
Ali pa kot muha.
There's a third possibility
In potem je še tretja možnost,
that when you die,
da ko umreš,
your body goes in the ground,
tvoje telo gre v grob,
but your soul and personality leaves your body.
tvoj duh in tvoja osebnost odideta ven iz telesa
Christians believe that's
in
what death is.
krščanstvo to veruje.
And when your soul and your
In ko
spirit
tvoj duh in duša gresta,
leave your body,
zapustita tvoje telo,
it goes somewhere,
gre nekam.
either to be with God,
Bodi si, da bo z Bogom,
or it goes to hell and
ali pa
darkness.
gre v pekel, v temo,
But your personality outlives your body,
ampak tvoja osebnost preživi tvoje telo.
and one day Christ will come back,
In nekega dne bo Kristus prišel nazaj
and He will give you a spiritual body. He
in
will
ti
temper
bo
your
dal
spiritual body,
duhovno telo, preobraženo telo,
and you will be spirit, soul, and body together
in
again
boš
with
spet
Christ.
duh, duša in telo
You like
skupaj z Kristusom. A ti je všeč ta ideja?
Now, if you go to the University of Ljubljana
Če bi šli na univerzo v Ljubljani
and you stand up
in bi se tam postavili
and you say,
in bi rekli,
I believe
jaz verujem,
that there is a God,
da obstaja Bog
and that God became a man
in da je ta Bog postal človek.
in the person of Jesus
V
Christ.
osebi Jezusa Kristusa.
He was different than all of humanity.
Bil je drugačen od vseh ljudi
He gave up his life on the
in
cross.
on je dal svoje življenje na križu
He wasn't killed. He released his spirit to the Father.
in on je ni bil ubit, ampak je on predal svojo dušo očetu,
He was buried.
bil je pokopan,
He was put in a tomb,
so ga dali v grob
and he rose from the dead on
in
the
je
third
vstal
day.
na tretji dan od mrtvih.
He was seen by many people,
In mnogi ljudje so ga takrat videli,
and
vstalega,
he ascended into
in
heaven.
potem je bil vznešen v nebesa.
And one day he's going to return.
In
and
nekega
gather
dne
his
se
people.
bo vrnil, zbral svoje ljudi.
If you were a student in that classroom
Če bi bili študent v tistem razredu
and you stood up and you said that,
in bi vstali in to povedali pred sebi,
what will people think of you?
kaj bi ljudje mislili o tebi?
They'll think you're crazy.
Rekli bi, da si nor, verjetno.
So where we tell people about Jesus
Torej, kje naj ljudem povemo o Jezusu?
determines how we tell people about
In to
Jesus.
določa, kako bomo povedali ljudem o Jezusu.
In this country, do you get junk mail?
A imate v tej državi ta, kako se to pravi,
Publicity.
Živa pošta.
Junk.
vsiljiva pošta?
In America, we get tons of mail. It's
Tam
called
v
junk.
Ameriki dobivamo tone z te vsiljive pošte, e-mail pošte.
I only get emails now. I never get a letter.
Jaz sedaj dobivam samo e-maile, ne več pisem.
I go and I take all this junk mail and toss it into the...
In vzamem vsa ta vsiljivo pošto, vse to in vržem v koš.
Do you do that? No.
A vi tudi to počnete?
Clipping coupons, tearing out
Ne, nekateri pa kupone izrezujejo.
My wife goes and saves money with coupons.
Moja žena gre pa si izrezuje kupone, da malo privarčuje.
But we take stuff that we don't think has value and throw it in the trash.
Ampak mi vedno stvari, ki nimajo vrednosti, vzamemo in vržemo v koš.
When you get a letter from the government of Slovenia,
Ko recimo prejmete pismo od vlade v Sloveniji
and it's very serious looking,
in izgleda zelo resno,
do you have income tax here?
a imate davčne te napovedi pa potem.
What if you get a letter from the income
Kaj
tax
pa če recimo dobite to pismo od davčne davčne?
or the police department? The police department.
Ali pa od policije recimo.
Or a letter from a family member.
Ali pa pismo od člana družine.
Do you open that with care and
A
interest?
to odprete z zanimanjem, pazljivo?
Today, in order to do evangelism,
Danes, da bi lahko opravljali evangelizacijo,
we cannot be junk mail.
ne moremo biti vsiljiva pošta,
People will take us,
kajti nas
open
bodo
the tray.
vzeli ljudje in nas vrgli v koš.
We must be bona fide.
Ampak moramo biti
We
oblečeni,
must be good quality mail
biti moramo kvalitetna, dobra pošta.
before they will open it
Preden
and
nas
read
bodo
you.
odprli in brali.
Now it's more important about who you are as the messenger
Sedaj je bolj pomembno, kdo si kot poslanec,
than the message.
kot pa samo sporočilo.
Do you understand that?
A razumete?
They will not buy the message till they recognize the
Oni ne
messenger.
bodo kupili sporočila, dokler ne prepoznajo tega, ki sporoča.
When I draw a picture of someone,
Ko jaz narišem portret ali sliko nekoga,
what happens?
kaj se zgodi?
They ask me who I am.
Oni me vprašajo, kdo si.
It's obvious I draw well.
In seveda, očitno je, da dobro rišem.
They ask what I do,
Potem me vprašajo, s čim se ukvarjam,
why I'm in Europe.
zakaj sem v Evropi.
I tell them all these things.
Potem jim odgovorim na vsa ta vprašanja.
In Italy, I have their ear
In v Italiji imam celo uho,
because they consider me a professional person,
zato ker me smatrajo za profesionalca,
maybe have some talent.
da pač imam nek talent.
I'm hopefully a friendly guy.
Upajo, da sem vsaj prijazen možakar
They're interested in knowing who I am.
in jih zanima, kdo sem.
And if you do something nice for an Italian, they have to do something nice
In
back.
v italijanski kulturi je tako, če vi naredite nekaj lepega za njih, morajo oni tudi vam narediti nekaj lepega.
So when I drew the man's picture across from me,
In ko sem narisal ta portret od tega možakarja nasproti mene,
I was able to give him literature when I finished
sem mu lahko dal literaturo tudi na koncu,
with the complete gospel in it.
s popolnim evangelijem znotraj napisan.
I was able to tell him my story, why I was here, what the
Lahko sem mu
gospel is.
povedal svojo zgodbo, zakaj sem tukaj, zakaj oznanjam evangelij.
The Cuban across from me overheard me.
In ta kubanec poleg me je slišal.
Two of the guys spoke great English.
In potem dva ostala človeka sta zelo dobro govorila angleško.
So what did they do with those tracts? Let me just see here. I brought some things in. No, and others. I have a stack of things that I don't. Anyway, I'll find it. I wrote a personal tract.
In sem napisal en oseben traktat.
It's my story.
To je moja zgodba, moja osebna zgodba.
It says the most important thing.
In pravi najpomembnejšo stvar.
You may have met me on a train, it says.
In pravi, mogoče ste me srečali na vlaku,
Or in a restaurant.
ali pa v restavraciji,
Or in an elevator.
ali pa v dvigalu.
And I handed you this piece of paper.
In sem vam dal ta traktat.
You may be wondering, what's inside this
Mogoče se
piece of
sedaj
paper?
sprašujete, kaj piše.
What is my purpose
Kakšen je moj namen,
in giving you this message?
da sem vam dal to sporočilo.
Then I tell my testimony.
In potem sem napisal svoje pričevanje.
Rock,
Rok,
do you have a testimony?
a imaš ti svoje pričevanje?
Can you tell your story in 10 minutes?
A lahko poveš svojo zgodbo v 10 minutah?
What your life was like before?
Kakšno je bilo tvoje življenje prej?
What your life, how it's changed?
Kako se je spremenilo?
What your life is like now?
In kakšno je sedaj?
Do you have one Bible verse that made a big difference in your
A
life?
imaš eno biblijsko vrstico, ki je naredila veliko sprememb v tvojem življenju?
Do you have one theme verse for your life?
A imaš eno temo za svoje življenje?
I have one theme verse for my life.
Jaz imam eno vrstico, biblijsko vrstico teme,
If any man be in Christ,
in tak pravi, če je kdorkoli v Kristusu,
he is a new creation.
je nova stvaritev.
The old things are passed
Staro
away.
je prešlo,
Behold,
in
everything has
glej,
become
vse
brand
je
new.
postalo novo.
Anybody have a verse in their Bible?
In kdorkoli ima vrstico iz Svetega pisma,
That's their life verse.
da je to njihovo življenje, njihov življenjska vrstica.
Many people say John 3:16,
Mnogi pravijo, da je to Janez 3:16.
and that's okay.
In to je v redu.
Do you have a special verse that God has
Ampak
spoken
ali
to you?
imate vi posebno vrstico, skozi katero vam je Bog prav prepričljivo spregovoril?
Anyone want to give me that verse?
A mi hoče kdo povedati to vrstico?
Če domini sem te zbral in izvolil naprej.
I chose you already.
Oh yeah.
I chose
You did not choose me, but I chose you. Before the foundation of the world. Let me ask you,
Naj vas vprašam,
have you ever seen that person?
a si že videla to osebo?
No.
Have you ever seen that
Ste vi
person?
videli to osebo?
No. Have you ever seen that person?
Ste videla to osebo?
Have you ever seen that person? Have you ever seen that person, Luca?
No.
Have you ever seen that person, Luke, bro? Have you ever seen that person?
No.
You guys are blind.
Vi ste vsi slepi.
I have been in Ljubljana
Jaz sem bil v
15
Ljubljani
times.
15krat recimo.
For the last 10 years, I've seen this man
In
10 times.
zadnjih 10 let sem videl tega človeka 3krat.
I see him on camera last year.
He's on your street.
On je na vaši ulici.
He dresses in ladies' clothing,
Oblači se v ženska oblačila,
very kind,
zelo prijazen,
very quiet man,
zelo tih možakar,
And he's always barefoot.
barefoot, rides a bicycle,
ima kolo,
Winter, summer, spring.
probably has done a lot of drugs.
verjetno je vzel veliko drog,
Don't know.
ne vemo točno.
I like this guy.
Meni je všeč ta možakar.
I would like to bring this guy to church
Jaz bi ga rad pripeljal v cerkev,
Sunday.
v nedeljo.
Look at him.
Glej ga,
In his dress.
v njegovem oblačilu.
Do you want me to bring him to church on Sunday in
A
his
želite, da
dress?
ga pripeljem v nedeljo v cerkev? A želite?
What if I bring him to church on Sunday?
Kaj pa, če ga pripeljem v nedeljo v cerkev?
Oh, you know what might happen?
Veste, kaj bi se lahko zgodilo?
People wouldn't know really how to act around it.
Ljudje pravzaprav ne bi vedeli, kako se obnašati.
He talks very sweetly and quietly.
On govori zelo sladko in tiho.
I'm not sure everything he says makes sense.
Nisem prepričan, da vse, kar pove, ima smisel.
See, I don't speak Slovene, so I don't know.
In zato, ker jaz ne govorim slovensko, ne vem, kaj točno govori možakar.
So it doesn't matter to me
In tako da meni ni važno,
if it makes any sense.
če je smiselno ali pa ne.
Do you remember that Jesus with the rich young ruler?
A se spomnite Jezusa in tistega mladega vladarja?
He saw the young man and it says that he
Videli
loved him.
mladeniča in všeč mu je postal.
Have you ever
Vzljubil
seen
ga je.
Have you ever seen someone on the bus
A ste kdaj videli koga na avtobusu
and you just said
in ste si rekli,
he looked upon him and he loved him?
pogledal sem ga in vzljubil sem ga.
Have you ever seen someone you just looked upon?
A ste kdaj videli nekoga, da ste ga samo zagledali in všeč vam je bila oseba takoj?
Do you ever see anyone that you look at, a child maybe,
A se spomnite, mogoče kakšnega otroka ste videli
and you see the little kid
in ste videli tega majhnega otročička
and you just like that little
in
kid?
tako sladek vam je bil.
I don't like most kids.
Jaz večino otrok ne maram.
So when I see a kid that I like,
In ko vidim otroka, ki mi je všeč,
it has to be God.
mora biti Bog.
It has to be a divine appointment.
Mora biti božansko delovanje.
But when I'm on a train or a
Ko
bus,
sem pa na vlaku ali pa na avtobusu,
I'm watching.
jaz opazujem,
I'm observing.
gledam.
There are people all around us.
In ljudje so vse okrog nas.
Now listen,
In poslušajte,
a person can be personable,
oseba je lahko osebna,
but not relational.
ne pa dobra v odnosih.
I mean, you can be really nice,
Lahko si prijetna oseba,
but never really relate to me.
ampak nikoli ne spostavljaš odnosa z mano.
That's partly what's wrong.
In to je delno narobe.
In doing evangelism,
Kaj
Rock,
tako pravilno delamo evangelizacijo?
I want to tell you something about you.
Rok, nekaj ti želim povedati o tebi.
You're not only personable,
Ti nisi le oseben,
you're a relational guy.
ampak ti si tudi človek, ki spostavlja odnose.
You want to know people.
Ti želiš spoznati ljudi.
I'm interested in people, can you tell?
Zanimajo me ljudje.
I'm going to give you 5 words,
Dal vam bom 5 besed,
and they're 5 words in English,
in to je 5 besed v angleškem jeziku,
and they all begin with H in English.
in vse se začnejo na H v angleškem jeziku.
So probably in your language they'll begin with Z.
Verjetno v slovenščini bo neka druga črka. Z.
The first one is hat.
Prvi je klobuk.
Write down hat.
Zapišite si klobuk, ali pa v angleščini hat.
These are important.
To je pomembno.
You can't get your degree from this course without knowing these words.
Ne morete dobiti dobre ocene oziroma narediti tega seminarja brez teh besed.
Evangelism is so complicated.
Evangelizacija, pa to je tako zapleteno.
It's a science.
To je znanost.
No.
Ne.
Here's the next one.
Naslednja.
Hand,
Roka. Klobuk, roka.
heart,
Srce,
hobby,
hobi.
and the last one is
In zadnje je
home.
dom.
What is this?
Kaj je to?
Are you married?
A ste poročeni?
She has been married, yes. Would she have children?
Yes.
How many children?
Koliko otrok?
Še enega.
One.
Do you have any grandchildren?
Imate kakšne vnuke?
Še enega.
One.
Do you have any grandchildren?
A imate vi vnuke?
Do you know? Do you have a horse? No.
Imaš konja?
Do you draw pictures?
A rišeš?
You do.
A res?
Is there something you just love?
A je nekaj, kar je tebi enostavno všeč?
Not a person, but just
Ne
love.
oseba, ampak nekaj, kar zares imaš rad.
What kind of work do you do?
Kakšno delo upravljaš?
You have a good job?
Imaš dobro službo?
You like your work?
A ti je všeč tvoja služba?
Do you like to work with your hands?
A že rad delaš z rokami?
Here's another one.
Še ena.
Head. So six
Glava.
H's. 6 H's. I'll give you one more. Did I
Še
say
eno
head?
besedo. Glava.
6. I said
Zdaj
5,
imate
I had
6.
another one. Head.
Dodal sem še eno peto.
What do you think about?
O čem razmišljaš?
What's your philosophy of life?
Kakšna je tvoja filozofija življenja?
Outside of fishing,
Izven ribolova, mislim, poleg ribolova.
what do you believe is important?
Kaj misliš, da je pomembno?
Good relationship.
Good relationships.
Dobri odnosi.
You know, sometimes I ask people,
Veste, včasih vprašam ljudi,
do you have a philosophy of life?
a imaš filozofijo življenja?
Do you have a purpose for living?
A imaš smisel življenja?
If you say philosophy, it scares people. If you say the word philosophy, it makes people nervous.
Kajti, če omenimo filozofijo, potem so ljudje vznemirjeni takoj.
But if you say,
Nervozni.
what is your purpose?
Če pa vprašaš, kakšen je tvoj smisel?
What are the core values of life?
Kaj so tvoje tiste osnovne vrednote v življenju?
Okay, now let me tell you
Naj vam povem,
that doing evangelism today
da upravljate evangelizacijo danes.
is more about asking
Tu
questions
gre bolj za postavljanje vprašanj,
than making statements.
kot pa dajanje trditev.
Huh? I'm going to give you a statement.
In dal vam bom trditev,
It's this.
in to je naslednje.
No one cares what you know.
Nikomur ni mar, kaj veš,
No one cares what you know
nikomur ni mar, kaj veš,
till they know that you care.
dokler ne vedo, da ti je mar. Dokler ne vedo, da ti je mar.
No one cares what you know till they know that you care. That's okay.
Nikomur ni mar, kar veš, dokler ne vedo, da ti je mar.
It's kind of a trick thing in English.
I would forget.
You're tired now?
That's okay.
All right. What do I mean by that? Help me.
Kaj ste mislili? Povejte mi.
I put several things together for you.
Tukaj sem nekaj stvari vam dal skupaj, nametal skupaj.
I'm interested in people.
Zanimajo me ljudje.
I like people.
Všeč so mi ljudje.
I like you.
Jaz imam rad ljudi.
I mean, maybe I don't know if I like you, but I think
Dobro,
I
ne vem,
do.
če tebe maram, ampak recimo mislim, da te maram.
But when I meet somebody somewhere,
Ampak ko jaz nekoga nekje srečam,
a lady who serves me a drink in the restaurant,
gospa ali pa gospodična, ki mi prinese v pijačo,
I want to know,
jaz jo želim spoznati.
who are you?
Kdo pa si?
What's your family like?
Kakšna je tvoja družina?
Do you like your job?
A ti je všeč tvoja služba?
What do you think of that?
O čem razmišljaš?
What are your hobbies?
Kakšni so tvoji hobiji?
See, if you have these 6 words,
Če imate teh 5 ali 6 besed,
you can engage people in conversation.
lahko vključite ljudi v pogovor.
Once you begin to know someone,
In enkrat, ko začnete spoznavati nekoga,
then they will begin to tell you who they really are.
potem pa bodo začeli resnično govoriti, kdo so.
Now listen to me.
In sedaj me poslušajte.
50 years ago in America,
Pred 50 leti v Ameriki
we could walk up to someone with a piece of literature.
smo lahko prišli k nekomu z traktatom
We could walk them through the Bible.
in smo lahko skupaj z njimi prebrali v Svetem pismu vse te vrstice
We could say, do you want to receive
in smo
Jesus?
vprašali, ali želiš sprejeti Jezusa,
And we could pray with them.
in smo lahko molili z njimi
And many people will become
in
Christians.
mnogi ljudje so postali kristjani.
It didn't take very long sometimes.
Včasih sploh ni trajalo dolgo, da so postali kristjani.
If you do not want to spend time with people,
Če ne želite preživeti časa z ljudmi,
if you don't want to love people,
če ne želite izkazovati ljubezni ljudem,
you will never get them into the kingdom of
jih ne
God.
boste nikoli pripeljali v Božje kraljestvo.
Because sometimes now it takes long
Kajti
time.
dan danes včasih traja veliko dlje.
I know what you're thinking.
Vem, kaj si mislite.
Oh no,
O, ne.
that means I have to have 40 people that I'm trying to build friendships
To
with.
pomeni, da sedaj moram imeti 40 ljudi, s katerimi naj vzpostavim prijateljstvo.
I don't even have time for myself.
Jaz pa nimam niti časa zase.
No, you don't.
Ne, niti treba.
Let me tell you another thing.
Naj ti povem še eno stvar.
When a person becomes a Christian,
Ko oseba postane kristjan
within 6 months after they become a Christian,
in znotraj 6 mesecev, ko postanejo kristjani,
now this is true,
in to je resnica,
they have no non-Christian friends. No non-Christian friends.
potem več po 6 mesecih nimajo nobenega nekrščanskega prijatelja.
All of their friends are church folks.
Vsi njegovi prijatelji so sedaj ljudje iz cerkve.
Do you know, not you, because you're an evangelist.
Pa ne ti.
I don't like church people.
Jaz ne maram cerkvenih ljudi.
I like lost people.
Jaz imam rad izgubljene ljudi.
I like sinners.
Jaz imam rad grešnike.
I understand sinners completely.
Jaz popolnoma razumem grešnike.
I don't understand Christians.
Jaz ne razumem kristjanov.
Do you understand what I mean?
A razumete, kaj
I
govorim?
understand how sinners think.
Jaz razumem, kako grešniki razmišljajo.
But in order to be effective in
Ampak, da
evangelism,
bi bili učinkoviti pri evangelizaciji,
I have to be intentional about it.
moram biti zelo namenski.
Now, here's what happens.
In to se zgodi.
Let's say you start talking to someone about fly fishing.
Recimo, ti se začneš z nekom pogovarjati o muholovu. Ribolovu.
Because that's the only thing you know.
Zato, ker je to pač tisto, kar veš.
And he
Ribolov.
likes fly fishing.
In všeč mu je
Or
ribolov.
she likes fly
Ali pa
fishing.
ona ima rada ribolov.
I'll show you a picture in a minute.
Kaže sliko, a?
And you lead that person to Christ.
In vodiš to osebo k Kristusu.
You make a mistake.
In potem narediš napako.
You didn't mean to.
Nisi hotel to
You
storiti.
tried not to do it.
Nameraval si ne to storiti.
But they became a Christian.
Ampak postali so kristjani.
Okay? Let me tell you what.
Naj vam povem.
They have 35 non-Christian friends and relatives that they're in contact with.
Oni
35.
imajo 35 nekrščanskih prijateljev in kontaktov.
Guess what they do?
In kaj mislite, kaj počnejo?
They tell all of their friends about Jesus
Oni vsem svojim prijatelji govorijo o Jezusu,
because they're too stupid to know any better.
zato ker so preneumni, da bi karkoli drugega delali.
They're out there sharing their faith.
Oni so tam zunaj, da govorijo o svoji veri.
So let me explain to you
In naj vam razložim,
that you cannot win one until you win one.
da ne morete pridobiti enega, dokler ga niste pridobili za Jezusa.
Most Christians are not the best at evangelism.
Večina kristjanov niso dobri pri evangelizaciji.
New Christians
Novi kristjani
are the most aggressive
so najbolj agresivni,
at evangelism.
najbolj učinkoviti pri evangelizaciji.
They're so excited
Zato, ker so tako navdušeni
and they don't know any better.
in ne vedo bolje kot to.
So let's say you.
In povejmo, na primer,
You're not an evangelist, I don't think.
vi
are you?
niste evangelist.
You like evangelism, but
Všeč je evangelizacija, ampak niste evangelist.
Izvolite, ko sem se spremenila, jih je veliko prišlo v cerkev.
yeah, so you became a Christian.
Ja, ko ste postali kristjan,
Ja,
Yeah, you shared your faith.
takrat ste govorili o svoji veri.
ampak zdaj pa delam v šoli in zato molimo in ko se pogovarjamo o Jezusu, ker je dosti pričano.
But you were very effective. She was very effective.
Ampak takrat ste bili zelo efektivni.
Take down these two words.
Sedaj pa dve besedi si zapišite.
You must be intentional
Morate biti namerni, da z namenom prihajate do osebe.
and you must be aggressive.
In morate biti agresivni, ampak v pozitivnem smislu.
You must be intentional
Morate biti namenski,
And
da
you must be
imate namen,
aggressive.
in morate biti agresivni.
That doesn't mean confrontational or
To
rude.
ne pomeni, da ste konfrontacijski ali pa da ste nesramni do ljudi.
But when you have the opportunity,
Ampak to pomeni, da ko imate priložnost,
you have to take it.
jo vzamete, zagrabite.
I believe that people have opportunities all the time.
Jaz verujem, da imajo ljudje priložnosti ves čas,
They just miss taking the opportunity.
samo da oni vedno ne zgrabijo teh priložnosti.
Okay with that?
A se strinjate s tem?
All right. Now, before we quit tonight,
In sedaj preden bomo končali nocoj,
at the end of the class, we're
Ob
going to look at our
koncu.
syllabus.
bomo pogledali učni načrt, ki ste ga dobili tukaj.
But has my red time come yet?
Ampak ali je že
Okay.
rdeči čas, ne še?
Okay, let's try something here.
Ok, poskusimo tukaj naprej.
Oh, that's lovely. There it is, the words that you've already written down.
Te
Yes.
besede ste si že zapisali.
Evangelism methods.
Evangelizacijske metode.
Now,
Metode evangelizacije.
if I go to China,
Če bom šel na Kitajsko,
can I do evangelism in a different way
a lahko tam opravljam evangelizacijo na drug način,
than here in Slovenia?
kot tukaj v Sloveniji?
In America, we have so much printed paper.
V Ameriki imamo toliko papirja
If I give a piece of paper to an American,
in če jaz Američanu dam nek kos papirja,
you want to know what they do with it?
veste kaj naredijo z njim?
Oh, thank you.
Oh, hvala,
They throw it away.
vržejo stran.
They just have too much paper.
Preveč papirja imajo.
If you go to India
Če greste v Indijo
and you give a piece of paper to someone from
in
India,
date košček lista nekomu,
especially if it's written in English,
še posebej, če je zapisano v angleškem jeziku,
and they know a little bit of English,
in vsaj malo razumejo angleško,
they'll read every word.
bodo prebrali vsako besedo, ki je zapisana.
They will take it home.
In bodo vzeli to.
They will give it to their neighbors.
In bodo dali svojim sosedom.
Now, in America,
V Ameriki,
we eat, does this translate barbecue, grilled food?
ja, mi jemo ta meso z žara.
And in some parts of America, we have country music.
In v nekaterih predelih Amerike imamo tudi country glasbo.
We call that special music bluegrass.
In to je bluegrass, se imenuje ta glasba.
They sing like they got to sing about Jesus. You want to try that? Now, if you're in the south part of the United States
Če pa ste v južnem predelu Amerike, Združenih držav,
and you put up a big tent
in si postavite velik šotor,
and you put signs everywhere
in vse posod date velike napise,
and you have a barbecue
in imate žar, imate piknik ali
and you have bluegrass
grilate,
music
in imate to glasbo,
and if you have NASCAR racing cars
in imate še poleg tega tiste avtomobile za dirke
and give away free ball caps,
in dajete zastonj kape,
thousands and thousands of
tisoče in
people will
tisoče
come.
ljudi bo prišlo.
But if you take that tent
Če povzamete ta šotor
and that barbecue and bluegrass
in ta žar in to glasbo
and you go to New York State
in greste v New York, na sever,
and you put that tent up,
in to postavite tam,
nobody
nihče
will come.
ne bo prišel.
In the world,
V svetu
we talk about missionaries going geographically to other countries.
govorimo o misionarjih, da geografsko gredo v druge države.
New evangelism, everybody has to be a missionary.
In nova evangelizacija pravi, vsi moramo biti misionarji.
Because we have to now
Zato
go
ker sedaj
to different conceptual
moramo iti pravzaprav v drug koncept v svojih glavah.
worlds.
Se pravi, drug koncept.
You don't have to go across the world
Nimam dejansko treba potovati na drugi konec sveta,
to talk to a person from another world.
da bi se pogovarjali s človekom iz drugega sveta.
That's a challenge.
How many understand what I mean?
Razumete, kaj mislim?
Now, your culture
Vaša kultura
is different than
je drugačna od njene kulture.
Now, if you want to witness to
In
someone
če
in
ti
her culture,
želiš nekomu pričevati iz njene kulture,
you have to learn another
se
language.
moraš naučiti drugega jezika.
Not German,
Ne nemškega,
not Pakistan,
ne pakistanskega,
but you have to learn the language of her world.
ampak se moraš naučiti jezik njenega sveta.
Write this down.
To si zapišite.
A missionary
Misionar
is a person
je oseba,
who simply loves another person
ki enostavno ljubi drugo osebo.
enough to learn their language.
Dovolj, da se nauči njenega jezika.
How many just understood what I said?
Kdo razume, kaj sem pravzaprav rekel sedaj?
If you have a child,
Če imate otroka,
you have to get on their level.
morate se spustiti na njihov nivo.
What did Jesus do?
Kaj je Jezus storil?
Did he come on our level?
A je prišel na njihovem nivoju?
Did he come out of heaven and come on our level?
A je prišel z nebes in se postavil v naš nivo?
What did St. Paul say?
Kaj pravi Pavel, sveti Pavel?
I have become all things
Postal sem vse,
to all men,
vsem ljudem,
that I might
da bi
win some.
vsaj nekatere pridobil.
In Ottawa, Canada,
V Ottawi v Kanadi
I had a big job.
imam jaz veliko službo.
I worked for a big corporation.
Delam za veliko organizacijo.
I had a special parking place.
In jaz imam tam poseben parkirni prostor.
In a big city in America to have a special parking place.
Pač v Ameriki imajo vsi svoje parkirne prostore.
I could drive my car
In
downtown,
lahko se peljem skozi mesto,
go upstairs,
lahko stopim, spakiram in grem v svojo stavbo.
but I didn't do that.
Ampak jaz nisem tega storil.
I took a bus.
Jaz sem raje vzel avtobus, sem se peljal z avtobusom.
I took the same bus
In sem se peljal z istim avtobusom.
every morning
Vsako jutro
and every evening.
in vsak večer.
Why did I do that?
Zakaj sem to počel?
Da srečal iste ljudi.
I got to meet the same people. all
Da
the
sem
time.
lahko iste ljudi srečeval.
I hate hockey.
Jaz sovražim hokej.
They're cold hockey arenas.
Zato, ker mrzlo je v tisti hokejski areni ali
I
dvorani.
don't know how to skate.
In ne vem, kako drsati.
I don't like skating.
In ni mi všeč
I
drsanje.
don't like to get hurt.
Jaz se ne želim polomiti.
But my son played hockey.
Ampak moj sin je igral hokej.
So I would take my son, I would
In
open
tako
the
sem
door
peljal
and say,
svojega sina
go play
in
hockey.
sem ga brcnil, rekel, pojdite igrati hokej.
I'll go have a cup of
Jaz
coffee.
pa grem na kavo v tem času.
And they do this at 5 o'clock in the morning.
In to je zjutraj ob 5 bilo.
Kids get up at 5 in the morning
Otroci so
to play hockey.
stali ob 5 zjutraj, da so šli igrati hokej.
And in Canada it's cold.
In hladno je bilo.
And I'd go and push him out the
In
hockey
sem
and I'd
ga
go have
potisnil
breakfast.
na dvorano in jaz sem šel, da pozajtrkujem.
One day I realized
In nekaj dni sem spoznal,
that many of the boys' dads were in that hockey arena.
da so mnogi očeti od teh fantov tudi jih pripeljali svoje otroke.
They're big beer drinkers.
In so bili veliki pivci piv,
They like to tell dirty jokes.
radi so govorili umazane šale,
They like to cuss every other word.
radi so v vsaki drugi besedi
They like to
preklinjali,
blow smoke in your face.
radi so dihali ta dim od cigaretov v tvoj obraz.
Guess what?
Ampak uganite kaj?
I saw that as a mission field.
Jaz sem videl to kot misijsko polje.
I still don't know anything about hockey,
Še vedno nič ne vem od hokeja,
but I act like I know about it.
ampak obnašal sem se kot da vem.
Understand?
Razumete?
Because there's an opportunity.
Zato, ker je priložnost.
Are you with me on this?
A ste z mano?
I know what you all came here for. I know what you came here for.
Vem, kaj tukaj iščete.
Okay, show us how to do it.
Vi zdaj pričakujete od mene, da povem, tako mi pokaži, tako moram delati.
We will practice how to
In
do
mi
it.
bomo to vse prakticirali, tako.
This is not about how.
Tukaj se ne gre kako,
It's about why.
tukaj gre za to, zakaj.
Evangelism is not about how.
Zakaj?
It's about why.
Gre se zakaj.
If you get the why right,
Če zakaj odgovorite pravilno,
you'll figure out the how.
potem boste kako že ugotovili.
The way you do evangelism.
Način, kako ti opravljaš evangelizacijo, je popolnoma drugačen od mojega načina.
Young people say to me,
Mladi mi pravijo,
take us to do evangelism.
pelji nas na evangelizacijo, da bomo delali evangelizacijo.
We want to watch how you do
Mi
it.
želimo tebe videti, kako ti opravljaš evangelizacijo.
Don't bother me.
Ne gnjavi me,
You just get in my way.
pojdi mi s poti.
And even if you saw me do it,
In tudi, če me kdaj vidiš, kako jaz opravljam evangelizacijo,
couldn't possibly
ti
do
niti
it like
slučajno ne bi tako mogel to delati.
that. Find your own way to do
Najdi
it.
svoj način.
Are you with me?
A ste z mano?
Now, as we do this,
In sedaj, ko to upravljamo,
you will start to see it better.
boste začeli razumeti.
Oh. It's so much harder now.
Pa danes je toliko težje, ali veliko težje.
The world is so much more complex.
Svet je toliko bolj kompleksen.
How many of you did your Bible study?
Koliko izmed vas ste,
Anybody?
ste upravili ta preučevanje Biblije, ko ste dobili za nalogo?
In Bible study 1,
In v prvem delu
is the world more complex?
je beseda,
Is it more difficult?
a je bolj težka, a je bolj kompleksna,
Do we have weird religions?
a imamo čudne religije,
Are people immoral?
a so ljudje nemoralni.
I mean, it was the same.
Pa isto je bilo
I mean, you can
v
take
tistem
your
času
study
Nove zaveze.
and see that our
Lahko
world's not
vzamete to
more.
preučevanje, ki ste ga naredili in vidite, da današnji svet je enak.
But those people changed their known world.
Ampak tisti ljudje so spremenili tisti
Ja.
takratni svet.
I will tell you something helped them. Something
Povem
helped
vam,
them.
da jim je nekaj bilo v pomoč.
They were Pentecostals in the real sense of
Oni
the
so
word.
bili binkošniki v pravem smislu besede.
They believed the kingdom of God does not come in word, but in power.
Oni so verovali, da Božje kraljestvo ne pride v besedi, ampak v moči.
They were also willing to suffer.
Oni so bili pripravljeni tudi trpeti.
They had a different attitude.
Imeli so dobro držo, dobro stališče.
They believed in the power of God,
Verovali so v Božjo moč
and they believed it's okay if someone doesn't like you.
in verovali so, da je čisto v redu, če te nekdo ne mara.
Do you remember in Acts chapter 4?
A se spomniš apostolska dela 4,
They threw them in jail,
da so ga vrgli v ječo,
and they said,
ju v ječo,
you can't do that
in
anymore.
so rekli, ne smete več tega delati.
Huh? You better be quiet.
Boljše, da sta tiho.
We'll throw you in jail and flog
In
you.
da bomo
We'll beat
vrgli v
you.
ječo, zbičali.
And guess what they did?
In kaj sta storila?
They went back and had a prayer meeting,
Šla sta nazaj na molitveno srečanje
and they said, God,
in sta rekla, Bog,
pour out your power. Is it about
izli
time?
svojo moč.
Pour out your power.
Izli svojo moč.
Bring great miracles.
Prinesi velike čudeže.
Heal the people.
Ozdravi ljudi.
Bless the people.
Blagoslovi ljudi.
You know what they prayed for?
In veste, zakaj so molili?
I'm going to quit with this.
Sedaj bom končal s tem.
They prayed for something we never pray for.
Molili so za nekaj, kar nihče še ni molil.
They prayed for boldness.
Molili so za pogum.
Boldness.
Pogum.
I hear people all the time say
Jaz
they're
veliko ljudi slišim, da nosto govorijo,
Pentecostals,
binkošniki,
but they're cowards.
ampak so strahopetci.
When you look at Pentecostal experience,
Ko pogledate binkošno izkustvo,
Pentecost made people bold.
binkošno izkustvo naredi ljudi pogumne.
It removed their fears.
Odstrani, na dan binkošti je odstranil njihov strah
It made them aware that God had risen,
in so se zavedali, da je Bog vstal
poured out himself on them,
in jih se izlil, da je bil Sveti Duh izlit na njih.
that the kingdom was more
In
important
da je Božje kraljestvo bolj pomembno,
than what people think of them.
kot pa to, kaj ljudje mislijo.
My brother,
Moj brat,
he doesn't like me right now.
on me trenutno ne mara.
I don't care.
Mene ni mar.
I mean, I wish he liked me,
Rad bi, da bi me maral,
but it's more important for
ampak
me
bolj
to tell him
pomembno
the
mi je,
truth.
da mu jaz povem resnico.
It's more important for me to tell him
Bolj
that he needs
pomembno mi
to
je,
repent.
da mu povem, da se on mora skesati,
And I've done that very nicely,
in to sem na lep način povedal,
but I gotta tell you,
ampak moram sem povedati.
sometimes no matter how nice you are,
Ampak veste, včasih ne glede na to, kako zelo ste prijazni,
you're gonna make somebody mad.
boste nekoga razjezili.
Now what I told him?
In kaj sem mu povedal?
Well,
Ja, no,
I'm sorry you feel this
žal
way,
mi je, da se tako počutiš,
but there are 6.8 billion more people in the world.
ampak na svetu je še 6,5 milijard ljudi.
My world does not revolve around his happiness.
In moj svet se ne vrti okoli tvoje sreče.
Let's stop here for a while.